Hello, my name is Robert Sasuma, and I will be coming to Barcelona this March, in the beginning of March, to lead a 4-day workshop that is a workshop that consists of 4 evenings in a row called Calentamiento Global. And in this workshop, we will be redefining the idea of what it means to warm up, either vocally or otherwise. And we will do that by the use of what we call vocal pandiculation and voice games. And we'll do all kinds of pandiculations, but particularly related to voice. And this is a concept that I've been working with for a while, and it's very exciting because it allows us to look at what warming up is, which many people talk about from the athletic fields to the performance fields. And if you really listen to what people say, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So there's something we know that we want, there's something we know that needs to happen so that we feel ready and feel prepared and feel open to having an optimal performance experience. But this idea of warming up, which is usually based on stretching or really focusing on a particular sound or a particular thing that we want to happen, is actually one of the least effective ways to do it or to have that effect that we really want. One way to think about it is through pandiculation. Pandiculation is actually a naturally occurring tendency that we humans have and that also animals have. It's what you do in bed in the morning when you first wake up. And we call it stretching, but it's not actually stretching. We are pandiculating. We do something that brings length to our system after we have been lying down and being in more of a fetal position, perhaps, for the night. Cats do it, dogs do it. And the reason is it's not stretching is because we're not taking one muscle and stretching it to be longer. Instead, in pandiculation, you take the whole system and you use the whole system so that all of the muscles and all of the parts of the system coordinate together, come back to a state of balance, and the result is length and freedom and neutrality. I can give you a fun physical example right now. So sit in a chair and sit so that you're facing forward, and then turn to look over one shoulder as if you're in a car looking in the back window. And only go as far as you can easily. Go to one side and then the other side, and notice how you turn. Don't stretch, which means don't pull your muscles to the point of any discomfort, and turn and just see how far you go. Great. Now, come back to the front and bring your hands together so that they're in a prayer position, but away from you and in front of you. And then from here, keeping this formation and looking at your hands in front of yourself, turn as a unit. And do that a few times toward one side. Looking at your hands and keeping it all lined up. Then once you've done that a few times, turn again without the hands and notice what's different. You probably turned a little farther. So how did that happen? Now here's another variation. Leave the hand there, but turn without moving the hand. So the hand stays where it was, and you turn instead. And then turn without it, and see, you'll go even farther without stretching. Here's another one. Leave your main body facing forward and move just the arms. So you leave your head, your eyes, and everything else forward, and twist this formation of the arms and the hands around to that side, and then turn. And you'll see there's yet another extension without stretch. And then one last movement would be to leave your hands there and tilt your pelvis so that you round your back and then arch your back, but do it in such a way that the hand and the arms stay pretty much where they are. So this part of your hand and your arms does not necessarily move up and down. Everything else moves up and down. Do that a few times, and then turn. Shoop. And you'll find you turn farther and farther and farther and farther without stretching. So the question is, how do we take these global concepts of pandiculation and apply them to the voice and what we commonly perceive of as warming up? And how do we take what we normally do as voice warm-ups and turn them into pandiculations, or find totally new ways to feel warmed up and become warmed up that have all sorts of implications for being a better performer, being a better singer, and being a better learner. So this is what we will explore in Calentamiento Global, redefining warming up through the use of vocal pandiculation and voice games. What you'll see is that we'll do lessons that are pandiculations, that will boil down into very particular movements and sounds that can then be applied to any warm-up, anything that you want. And then the endings of these lessons can then be combined and applied in lots of different ways. It's very dynamic. So you'll never think of warming up in the same way again. Please join us, and we look forward to seeing you in Barcelona.